Kristina, and I'm so excited to be back with you today because I'm going to be answering a question that I get a lot, which is, do I ever cheat on my diet, or have I ever cheated at my diet of being a fully raw vegan? For those of you who don't know, I've been a fully raw vegan for 11 years now. I've been doing this since I was 18 years old. I'm now 29. It's changed my life. I used to be a type 2 diabetic, hyperglycemic, and now I have only abundant health. I no longer have my hyperglycemia. I feel amazing. I run every day. I do yoga. I feel vibrant and full of life. Quick announcement, I'm gonna be in Denver now on November the 6th for my book tour. We changed the date. If you haven't already, head on over to FullyRaw.com/events and get your tickets for Denver, and keep an eye on that page because we're adding in a bunch of other cities too. I grew up on my mother's Lebanese food and my father's Ecuadorian food, and I grew up eating a very high-fat diet, which is why I believe that I acquired the illness or the sickness that I did at such a young age. Adapting a diet rich in raw fruits and vegetables with little nuts and seeds, I've been able to reverse my sickness, so to speak, and I no longer have to deal with it anymore. Since I was 18 years old, I've been eating a fully raw vegan diet. I say diet, but I really mean lifestyle, and it has changed my life. Since I was 18, I've been primarily eating an 80-10-10 lifestyle, which means that I eat a lot of fruit, a lot of greens and veggies, and I eat little nuts or seeds. Have I ever cheated on this diet? The answer is no. When I was 18, I went fully raw vegan in one night, and I never went back. I saw immediate changes in my body within the first 3 days of taking on this lifestyle, to the point of where I went from being fatigued, underweight, dizzy, nauseous, all of the above, to feeling alive and having energy and wanting to share my passion and inspire others about being healthy and about this lifestyle. I've never made a conscious effort to eat any cooked foods, to eat meat or dairy or anything like that. Everything that I've ever placed in my body has been raw fruits or vegetables for the past 11 years. And I'm not saying that to make anybody feel bad. It's just that I've been so happy doing this that I haven't really had an innate craving to go in the opposite direction. And by that I mean, I don't want to go back to the way that I used to be. I don't want to go back to feeling the way I used to feel, which was sick and tired and disgusted with myself all of the time. Changing my diet has brought so much happiness to my life because feeling physically better, emotionally, I feel so much better as well. And it has really allowed me to delve into my spiritual side and develop that part as well. A lot of people ask me, do I miss eating cooked food? My answer is usually no. However, if I ever do miss eating something that I used to eat, I really have to dig deep, and I understand that it's more so because I have an emotion associated with that food, or perhaps it's a comfort food to me somehow. For instance, an example would be my grandmother's Lebanese food. And usually when I remember eating these foods, it's more of a nostalgic feeling of being able to share this food with my family and having memories, and this being a comfort food to me. It has a lot of emotion around that experience. But the second that I realize that I can create new memories with healthier food and feel better, then I begin to retrain my brain that I can still enjoy my time with my family, share healthy food with them, and create new memories where everybody can be happier. And to me, that's a lot more powerful, to celebrate healthy living rather than to sit around a table and everybody complain about how full and how sick they feel after eating a meal. Do I ever get cravings for cooked food, or have I ever had cravings? I remember when I first started this lifestyle, the first few months were really difficult because I was around this other food that I used to eat. And yeah, I would crave it because it was still in my body. I would crave my grandmother's Lebanese food. I craved little things like ice cream or sushi or things like that, until I realized that I can make these things fully raw as well. And when I began to learn how to make them, then life became even that more exciting because I didn't feel sick after eating. I didn't feel so full that I couldn't move. I didn't want to go to sleep. I was eating healthier versions of these types of meals, and I was feeling physically better after eating them, and it only made me that much more excited to share these recipes and to share this knowledge with other people. John Rose also once told me that your body cannot crave something that it doesn't have in it. And I think every 6 months your body replenishes and rejuvenates and creates new cells. So keep in mind that if your body hasn't eaten something in a long period of time, you stop to crave it because it's no longer in your body. Usually when people have really intense cravings, it's because your body is about to purge something from your body. And so of course, the second that your body is about to release it, what happens? You feel a craving to eat more of it because it's that letting go of something perhaps from your body. But the thing is that the longer you go without eating something that you know isn't good for you, the less you will begin to crave it, and the more that you'll begin to crave the healthier things that hopefully you're eating. There's a lot of emotion surrounding food, whether it be in a social situation or whether it be in a situation where this food brings up some type of a memory for you and you just miss eating that food. Or maybe perhaps you really just love the taste of a hamburger or ice cream or something, and it just brings up a lot of emotion for you. When addressing emotion in food, I like to tell people to be very cautious that you are not stuffing yourself with food or perhaps self-sabotaging it. I call it self-sabotaging because we all do it. We get emotional or anxious or nervous or depressed or sad, and somehow food becomes the remedy to numb the situation. And you never want to do that because that is a form of self-sabotage. So I caution you, next time you feel like gorging on some ice cream, next time you feel like going out and eating that hamburger and you're not even sure why, you just want to go and eat it, I ask you to look deep down inside of yourself and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why do I want to eat this and gorge myself with it? What is it about this food that I truly need right now? And ask yourself if you really need it or if you want it. The truth is that most people don't want to feel what they are feeling. They would rather stuff themselves silly and numb their emotions with food. And it's very easy nowadays to numb yourself with food or with any other type of drug of choice. Whether it be an extreme form of drug like cocaine or heroin or marijuana or any other type of pharmaceutical drug, or maybe even some type of junk food, which now fast food does have so many chemicals in it that it causes you to become addicted to it, or maybe even on a lighter scale cooked food, which can very much numb you as well. When we're scared to feel our emotions, we numb. It is very difficult to numb yourself eating raw food because raw food is cleansing food, and it literally cleanses every part of you. As you detox your physical self, your emotional self detoxes as well. I know that may be very hard for some people to believe, but it's very difficult to clean your physical and not clean your emotional as well, because believe it or not, there's a lot of emotion stored in our body, and as you begin to clear out all of this when eating raw food, all of that emotion that is stored within you and your body and your cells and your fat cells, wherever, begins to come up as well. And if you're not prepared to deal with it, it can be a scary thing and you're gonna wanna numb. But the truth is that I believe in you and you are amazing, and I believe that you can be brave enough to deal with these emotions and to heal yourself and to begin on that path of healing, because it will only transform you into the best person that I know you can become. I used to numb myself a lot before I began on this journey, with more than just food, with avoiding thinking about the things that bothered me and eating all of my grandmother's Lebanese food until I was sick, literally. And sometimes I would never even talk about it or think about it, that it manifested inside of me. Now I know better. If something comes up, I know to sit and to deal with it, as hard as it may be to sit and process it, ask myself how I'm feeling, and to move forward with that, to talk myself through the steps and first make it okay to feel the emotion, take deep breaths, forgive myself, and then take more actions to love myself. Raw foods are foods that love you back. They're healing foods. By eating more fruits and vegetables, you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your health. That's an act of self-love. It's very difficult to feel bitter and angry with yourself when you're eating so many rich and vibrant rainbow fruits and vegetables. When I was sick, all I craved were unhealthy things because all I knew how to do was be in an unhealthy state of mind. I'm gonna say that again. All I knew how to do was to be in an unhealthy state of mind. And I kept myself in that unhealthy place by feeding myself unhealthy foods, by telling myself negative thoughts, by always believing that I was never good enough. It wasn't until I began to change my diet and my lifestyle that I actually began to truly feel what happiness was, what self-love was, what self-respect was on the inside. I think about that unhappy place that I used to be in, and I never ever want to go back to that. So for me, thinking about eating cooked foods, thinking about eating junk foods, thinking about eating anything that I used to eat in my past is only me taking a step in the opposite direction of where I want to be. And I have no desire, I have no cravings to be in that place. When I first began this journey, what kept me on track was thinking about how sick I used to be and how that food used to make me feel. Every time I think about that now, I have no desire to eat any of it. I don't want any part of it. I never ever want to go back to that place. Another question that I get often is, how do I say no? We all have a right to say no. For instance, if you are in a social situation where somebody makes you something that you don't want to eat, or if you're at a table with other people and they want you to eat with them and partake in the community, the truth is that you have every right to say no. You have every right to establish your boundaries and to express your needs. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You're only responsible for you and your own happiness, and I promise you, if you make decisions based upon what you really want to do inside, you are going to be much happier for it. And you're not going to feel resentful at the end of the day because you're not truly living for yourself, you're living for other people. You must learn to say no sometimes. You must establish boundaries. And if these people really love you, they're going to love and accept you exactly for who you are. They'll want to maybe perhaps share food with you, or they'll have no problem if you order something different than they order. Maybe perhaps you will throw a dinner party at your house and it will be great, or maybe perhaps you're invited to a dinner party and you bring your own salad. There's nothing wrong with that. Taking responsibility for your health is important. We also must remember that not everybody is going to be the same. Not everybody's going to be on our level. Not everybody's going to understand us, and that's okay. We must hold ourselves accountable for our actions. Maybe perhaps you want to allow yourself 1 or 2 cheat days as you're transitioning into vegetarianism, veganism, raw foodism, whatever it may be. And if that helps you in the long term for your transition, then I say that that is great. That is fine, that is okay. Keep yourself motivated, keep yourself on track. Maybe perhaps even just start with 1 fully raw meal a day all of the time. Start with a smoothie a day, a fruit plate a day. Any steps you take towards self-care and self-love are amazing steps. I haven't eaten cooked foods in 11 years. I haven't eaten meat, dairy, rice, pasta, grains, oils, etc. I choose life. I choose rainbow-rich raw fruits and vegetables every day. Just like being in a relationship. I wake up every morning and I choose to feed myself with the highest vibrational foods because I want to be my highest vibrational self. Maybe perhaps one day this will change, but I don't foresee that anytime in the near future or in the next few years because I am just so happy feeling healthy and helping other people. This is my life. I've made this my life. I used to want to be a potter, and now this is my life. And I'm so honored to share it with all of you. All right, you guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think. Maybe perhaps you have some other tips or tricks on how people can curb their cravings along the way, and maybe I'll make a follow-up video on that. If you guys need more tips, tricks, or recipes on how to go fully raw, please subscribe here to FullyRawKristina as we have fun getting healthy together. If you guys want to follow me daily, you can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter, all at FullyRawKristina, and Snapchat and Instagram stories at FullyRawKristina as well. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go and eat me some banana ice cream because it's delicious and it's healthy for me too. and I hope that you guys get to go and do the same. All right, you guys, sending you all my hugs and my love. Bye. Trying not to freak you out right now.
I got this feeling rising through the city.